Steady combination for Rodrygo. Out he goes, stepping out onto the Bernabeu pitch for the first time as a Real Madrid player, seeing those fans who have turned up here today to welcome him to his new home. It is always so impressive going out to the Santiago Bernabeu. It's such an incredible stadium, but stepping out onto that pitch for a first time, it must be something pretty special for Rodrygo. Of course, we've had a few presentations already this summer. Luka Jovic, Eden Hazard as well. Now, Rodrygo, the latest player to be presented here. And there are high hopes for Rodrygo, as we said. He is still a teenager. He will be the youngest member of the first team squad. If indeed he is part of the first team squad, we'll have to wait and see. You remember Vinicius last season, he was played quite a few games with Castilla at the start of the season, as he just found his feet in Spain. That transition from Brazilian to Spanish football, not easy. And of course, for teenagers, don't have as much footballing experience as other players. Obviously, an incredible amount of talent, which ultimately shone through with Vinicius, but he didn't have much experience, although he, like Rodrygo, had played for the biggest clubs in Brazil. Santos, a legendary club, of course, the club of Pelé. Not as big a club as Flamengo or perhaps Corinthians, but still a huge footballing institution. And now he's joined the biggest footballing institution of them all, Real Madrid. And we can't wait to see what he can do. But it is worth stressing, he will require a little bit of patience. And let's see whether or not that bears fruit. So this season, at the start of this season, midway through the season, at the end of the season, how many minutes he gets, it is all about a bit of a waiting game, really, because yes, he is incredibly talented. We've seen him play for Santos, seen the videos of his skills, of his goals, of his assists. You saw him play in the Under-20 World Cup this year with Brazil. Lots and lots of things to get excited about, but it requires a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, an incredible amount of focus here as well. You've come to the biggest club in the world, and as the president Florentino Perez said, it is the biggest club in the world. These fans will give you everything, but we demand and we expect plenty of hard work and commitment in return, and I'm sure Rodrygo will realise he has got the chance of a lifetime here. This is the biggest chance he will ever get in his career to join the biggest club in the world. So it's all about making that happen. And we have had plenty of young signings here at Real Madrid over the last few seasons. The teenager Vinicius last season, Brahim Diaz as well, a teenager when he joined the club. Andrei Lunin, of course, the young Ukrainian goalkeeper who was recently crowned Under-20 world champion with Ukraine. Now Rodrygo comes the latest young signing for Real Madrid. Takes the there we go, the almost obligatory selfie. I'm sure he's very happy to do so as well. Kissing that badge. And there were pictures you might have seen on social media of Rodrygo wearing a Real Madrid shirt as a small boy, aged around 8 or 9. It really has been a dream for him to join this club, as it is for so many youngsters and young footballers all over the world. Real Madrid remains the pinnacle of achievement. When you've joined here, you know you've done something very, very right so far in your career. But it can't stop. The hard work can't stop now that you've joined Real Madrid. It's not like, well, I'm here now, I've done it, I've made it. No, you've joined the most successful, the biggest and the best club in the world, but also the most demanding as well. The demands, the expectations are high here, and to continue to reach those heights, you have to work hard. There's no other way forward. So I'm sure Rodrygo will know that, obviously. The likes of Roberto Carlos, who is a club ambassador, I'm sure he'll have a word with him. Vinicius, I'm sure, will have spoken to him as well, because Vinicius himself isn't the most experienced, but he has gone through pretty much exactly the same experience that Rodrygo is going through right now, so he can give him a few words of how to deal with the first few days, weeks and months in Madrid, and how to go about the adaptation. We mentioned before the language shouldn't be a problem, and we heard him speak upstairs in very good Spanish, it has to be said. He said, I am learning Spanish and I'm going to try and speak in Spanish, and he did so very, very well indeed. That was quite impressive. That bodes well for the future also. But as we said, it's not too difficult for Portuguese speakers to pick up the language, and that should help. That really should help with the adaptation for Rodrygo. And if he feels comfortable, happy, that will help also with his footballing development. And this still is a player who's got a lot to develop, a lot to learn. I think he would admit that. He would say that. You still have a lot to learn about everything, age 18, not just football, but life as well. And I'm sure there will be lots of learning curves for him along the way, but what a journey it will be for Rodrygo here at Real Madrid, whatever happens. And we are hoping that we are witnessing the start of something truly, truly special. You never know, the signing of a new player, whether they are a vastly experienced player who's already achieved so much in their career. You never know what's going to happen in life and indeed in football. So we can't guarantee here and say Rodrygo Goes is going to be a success here at Real Madrid, but what we can say is he has all the tools to be a success, and here at Real Madrid he will have everything he needs to become a truly world-class player. The facilities are better than anywhere in the world at Ciudad Real Madrid, and also training day in, day out with the world's best players is the best possible finishing school for any young player in the world. So it's not just, and you can see there is Roberto Carlos as well, and we said that he would be involved in helping Rodrygo settle in, and it makes sense to have a legend, a Brazilian legend like Roberto Carlos helping with the settling in process. So Rodrygo is heading off the pitch, he's going to get changed, and he's going to give his first press conference as a Real Madrid player. We'll be back in a couple of minutes to hear from him, so don't go anywhere.
I've booked your shower, sir.